This video tells you how to use the Scriptwriters Toolkit to type a script. We're going to use a skit from Birds of a Feather and the template called Studio 6. It means it's for recording typically with 3 cameras in a studio with a live audience. The first thing we do is to open Microsoft Word. So we do that from there and there. And then the next thing we do is to select File, New, and Personal. Personal is where the extra templates are stored. I'll move that up. And you'll see that in Personal we've got the toolkit and we've got the memo template which we used earlier. A single click on the toolkit opens it, and we can see the templates of the toolkit here. We'll just bring this down and show you the others here. They're not all on here because not all of the templates had been upgraded to version 6 at the time that this video was made. Anyway, we're going to select Studio 6, which is this one here. We select with a single click, and that opens the Scriptwriters Toolkit, and there's a blurb here which you can read in next time you open it yourself. And then when we've done that, we have to give the script a name. So the name of this particular skit is Biting Back. And it then opens the list of personals. So we're going to fill those in. The first one is Tracy. Next one is Sharon. The next one is Dorian. And then, although they don't actually appear in this particular script, we have Daryl and Chris. And then, because he only appears in this particular one, we'll leave a few blank ones here for regular persons in the series, and we'll put Bill in there as number 10. Okay, now we're going to save the file and we're going to save it in a folder called My Scripts within the folder called Documents, and the name is Biting Back again, but the name suggested is Biting Back. We're going to remove this space here because spaces in file names do sometimes cause problems. So we're going to open that one and we're going to save it here. This overwrites a previous attempt at doing this video. Now what we've got now is a crib sheet at the front with the characters at the top here and the shortcuts for the script layout at the bottom here. I noticed that we've got Tracy a bit wrong here. It's not consistent spelling, so if we open the scriptwriter ribbon and go to characters, we can correct Tracy here. Before we start. Now the next thing we might want to do is to print the crib sheet as a handy reference sheet in front of us when we are typing the actual script. So to print the sheet, we go to File and Print, and we choose the current page only, and we choose the appropriate printer, which in my case is this one here, and then we just check that we're doing a normal print. There, select print. Right, now we have a handy printed copy of the crib sheet, which we can refer to as we type the characters. Now the next thing we might want to do is to fill in part of the details on the cover sheet. So the author of this one is myself. The details would probably fill in just before we submit it to a... We have to sort out the heading for scene 1. Scene 1 is... the location is internal. And unexpected. A return from there will position it ready to start typing stage instructions or visual expositions. So the first thing we note is who's and she starts speaking, and we know from the crib sheet that she is number 1, so Control 1 gets us ready to type Tracy's document, Tracy's dialogue. So the next speaker is Sharon, who's number 2, so it's Control 2. To which Tracy replies, that's Control 1. And Sharon again, Control 2. And next we have a beat, and the beat is represented by parentheses, so we type a return and select parentheses here and type in beat. And the next speaker is Tracy, Control 1. And the next speaker is Sharon again, which is Control 2. And you'll notice that it started a new page automatically. And then back to Tracy again, Control 1. And Sharon. And Tracy again, 1, Control 1 rather. Sure, now we have a little bit of mixed in stage directions here. which are called parentheses again. So I take the parentheses portion first. And having done that, we can then change this to parenthesis mode. So we'll highlight that with the mouse, bring up the Scriptwriters ribbon and click on parenthesis. Now the next bit of speech is Tracy. Control 1 again. We've got some more parenthesis material in here. Return. Now the next, that is the end of the scene. We need a cut to the next scene. And when we look at our crib sheet, we see that that is Control-Shift-C. So Control-Shift-C. And then we actually type in the words cut to. It's not filled in automatically in case you want something like fade to or dissolve to. That's the end of the scene. And now I'm going to save this. And we're going to pause at this moment. I'll just go over it a bit to make sure there's nothing wrong with this bit at first. Nothing obviously wrong with it. We've got too many quotes up here. Or rather the wrong quote. Tracy's living room. That should be an X. So we save that, and we'll take a break there and we'll close Microsoft Word, and the next video will show you how to reopen it and to carry on with more scenes. That's the end of the first part of the tutorials on how to use the Scriptwriters Toolkit.